going on, guys? Your boy HQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode. Beyond the Cube. Of course, as always, we have the powerful one with us, Corey Hughes. Corey, tonight, is it cold? Is it chilly in Denver? Well, you ain't in Denver, but in Colorado.
No, it's actually not too bad
Oh, it's
today.
not.
It's just a little no, it's a little overcast. So
Okay,
I
okay,
see these
okay.
these fucking these weather people are liars. They said we was gonna get hit hard this year. They said we was gonna get hit early. And we should expect some cold weather in September. And we had a couple
Huh,
days that were pretty cold, but it always does this. Like we're always like, is it here yet? Is it here yet? It's October 9th.
okay.
Yeah, we could get snow like at any time. Like at any time we can get that notification and there's gonna be snow tomorrow. So, but you wouldn't know it today by walking around. Like, but that's how it is here. It'll snow, and then 2 days later, the shit will melt, and it'll be back to being like 60 degrees out. And 60 degrees to us is warm. I know it's freezing to most people elsewhere, but to us, 60 degrees is like perfect weather here. And so,
Yeah, when you're almost dying of hypothermia when you walk out of the door. You know what I'm saying?
um, I got
60
used to it
degrees is
real
pretty
quick.
good.
It must be my ancient Nordic blood that I have or something because
Oh,
I
man, did you
remember
do a 23andMe?
I'll never do that. Motherfucker, I don't have
Ancestry.
to do it. My sister did it, so I might as they got all my shit anyway. Bitch.
Did they say she was Nordic? Is that Nordic bloodline? Is that what we got going on?
Bro, we're like some of the whitest people ever. Like my grandmother, like all of my aunts, like great grandparents, like except on my
Mhm.
grandfather on my father's side, they've been here for a long ass time. I don't even know how long they've been here, but all three of my other, sides of the family came from Europe. Let me see. My grandmother on my father's side came over. Her parents came over, or grandparents came over late 1800s from Poland. And my grandfather on the other side is he's a Pusch, which is straight from the fucking Rhineland. Sieg Heil. So
Mm.
and then my great great grandparents on my dad's side came from Scotland. My dad thought we were Irish my whole life, and then he found out that before they were Irish, they came from Scotland. So ultimately, some Scottish in there. So I'm white as fuck. If you can't tell, look at me, practically transparent.
Okay, so you're trying to tell me that you don't tan well.
I burn, and then 2 days later, I'm white again.
That's what I try to tell. That's what I try to tell white folks that I'm around. I'm like, look, bro, I can look at your skin and I can tell whether you need to be in the sun or not. All right. I said when you that pale white, nigga, stay away from the sun. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like, oh, we're gonna go do an outdoor. We're gonna go get on the boat for the weekend. I'm like, you ain't gonna like yourself come the next day. You're gonna be wishing you ain't get on that boat. I don't care how much sunscreen you put on. You can go fall in a whole vat of it like damn the Joker. Come out the shit be all of you, and it ain't gonna make no difference. Your ass gonna burn. All right, that's just all there is to it. You literally have to give yourself cancer soaking in the damn in the sunscreen in order to keep from burning.
So I do like to get some sun on my arms. I do like to go out and make sure I get some sun because I'm more convinced now that lack of sun is what causes fucking skin cancer and shit. Like you need sun, period. End of story. Like you need fucking oxygen, you know.
And
So
pussy.
yeah, and I make it a point to get out of the house every fucking day.
It's like, man, you need food, water, sun, pussy. It's like, what was that last one? It's like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if you get some of that every once in a while, you feel all right about it. If we
Like we're
combine
very
that.
simple beings. Like we make ourselves out to be so much more than we are. Like we're a bunch of animals
Yeah,
who need to survive and fuck, and that's about it. Everything else is secondary.
yeah, that's it. It's because we can. I say we can have logic. Maybe I'm giving the human race a little bit too much credit as far as the logic stuff goes. But some of us can use reasoning and logic uh, throughout different portions of our lives and make decisions, whereas animals just pretty much just run off basic instinct. Um, Like, I mean, when they're born, they can walk. It's just wild. They're born and they're walking. Because if you can't walk, you get ate. They already got the genetic code in them. They know how to walk right out the gate.
You know,
I mean, that's
it
it.
is all programming. Um, so here's a question. Maybe we have a genetic imprint. We're programmed from birth chemically. I mean, we're meant to do certain things. Meant to feel certain ways. Our emotions obviously bridge us to the real world. When you love something, you're supposed to stay around it. When you fear something, get the fuck away from it. You know, like our emotions have a corresponding action to a stimuli. And so,
Mhm.
um, I forget what I'm talking about. What are we
You're
talking
talking
about?
about our genetic code and how that a predisposition for us to
Right.
perform certain
So
activities.
here's the thing. Um, how much of our behavior is literally handed down from literal memory of your father that is imprinted somehow in his genes, that somehow is passed down and shapes your behavior, like the actual consciousness, because they know that DNA, like, and genes can turn on and off, like they're not fixed,
Mhm.
they activate. So I wonder if your actual experience in life is somehow imprinted onto your DNA somehow, and the actual memory itself can be passed down. Like they talk about, they can store information in your DNA, like they can upload fucking, you know, trillions of gigabytes into your DNA, right? So if DNA is a natural storage system in the first place, how much of us is literally just memories from our parents that shaped who we are? You know, is that what reincarnation really is?
Mm. Okay. Okay. So that's the reincarnation is a Buddhist mindset, right? Is that Buddhist? They do the reincarnation.
Yeah, but Buddhists are funny because it's like there's a hypocrisy to it, but the closer you get to absolute truth, I believe you get even more hypocrisy, right? And
Oh,
so
okay.
like
Okay.
punk rock was a movement against movements. You know what I mean? And so
Right.
Buddhism is kind of like, once you put a label on it, it is no longer that thing that you're labeling it, right? So it's very much
Mhm.
contradictory because, you know, life has the ups and the downs that balance it out, and you exist in the nothingness in the middle, right? Like straight Taoism. Have you ever read the Tao Te Ching from Lao Tzu?
Uh, no,
It is the ultimate in like Zen. The core of Zen Buddhism really should stem from Taoism. But Buddhism likes to put these labels on things which are contrary to its very nature. So Taoism is really the one I think that should be studied far more, and it's the much simpler explanation to everything. It like answers the universe without answering the universe. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
very vague in its, you know, wisdom, yet it makes perfect sense.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I mean, I like where you're going with that. But are we reincarnated? Like, if you do bad things in this life, do you get reincarnated as like a damn ground worm? Shit like that. I mean,
I
isn't
don't
that
think
what they
it works that
believe?
way. I don't think it
Oh,
works that
okay.
way. I think so. I think that like if you want to get specific, I think a consciousness is a particle field that our organic bodies and mind interact with, like that permeates the
It,
universe.
yeah,
Like a
but isn't that why they
field,
don't eat like cows and shit? Because they think it's like their great great
right?
grandma.
Right. It's very specific. It's not general. I think
Right.
the
Uh-huh.
reality is much more general. Right. I think we all
Oh,
share the
okay.
same consciousness. Like you're sitting there on your end doing your thing and you feel a certain way and you can tell the temperature in the room that you're in and you're chewing on whatever the fuck is tasting good over there, right? And so you're having your own unique experience. But the thing that you're actually experiencing, the thing looking through your eyes, is the same thing that's looking through my eyes. I just have a different collection of experience which has shaped the personality and what appears on the outside. But when you dig away, when you knock away all that stuff, it's the same. It's the same being. Like it's the same consciousness. It's the same awareness. It's just fractured into
Well,
individual.
some,
Yeah. So you get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, sometimes when I'm sitting, yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. Like sometimes I want to feel like I'm not me. I'm like, can I project myself outside of my body? It's like, why am I me, and why do I know that I'm me? And this is a pecan swirl.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, it's just like I sit there and I think about it. It's like, why do I feel? Why do I know that I'm me, or how do I know?
Right.
And can I
Well,
project
you
myself outside of my body?
you ever taken any LSD?
No, man.
No,
I don't
man.
do no drugs.
So I ate some acid. I ate a lot of acid like when I was 15
Mhm,
years old. And it's chaotic. And so you get to a point where it's particularly if you're having like a bad trip, like a real bad time. You're not like you're freaking out and you're scared and you're having your typical bad trip. The You get to a point where you see that the thought process, your own thoughts are what's scaring you, and your fear of what you don't know and your external surroundings and what's going on are the cops about to break in the door on me? Oh my god, it could be any minute the cops are going to kick in the door for like absolutely no reason, right? But just
mhm,
something that your mind gets stuck on. And so there gets to a point where the fear becomes so overwhelming. Really, I believe it causes like a fracture in your consciousness. And you get to a point where you can't control your thoughts, and so you ultimately submit, and you're like, and you get to a point where you can watch your thoughts happening like they're not even yours, like you're an observer and you're just sitting back and watching the thought process happen, right? And so that's when I came to realize, well, for me at least, that the human thought process follows patterns of the universe. It moves in a circular manner, and thoughts always lead back to an original point. Like there's cycles, like thoughts occur in cycles. Like what you do from day to day. Like at work, you might be doing something and you might have like a 10-minute cycle, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, let me check my telegram, or let me do this, right? And each one of those things that you're like, oh, let me do, falls into a place in a cycle of the mind that the consciousness doesn't recognize, doesn't realize is happening. It is the mechanism behind the scenes. It is the cron on your WordPress website, right? That just keeps the cycle moving in the background. And so then you start to realize that your thoughts are really just a product of stimuli, like what's happening to you, and your mind is reacting to your environment. And you can obviously steer this chaotic ship, but none of it, I think, is unique to any one of us at all. I think all of us, consciousness itself, is really just a series of processes that are running that we always come back to. And when we create our own reality around us, really, it's just a safe shell, right? Because at some point we don't know what lies beyond, and that scares us. So it doesn't become part of our normal cycle of thought. But
mhm.
nonetheless, I don't think any of it's us or original. I think we're basically a product of what we've experienced, our genetics and environment. The age old debate, which is what individually separates us. But our core, it's just a particle field that engulfs the universe, and our organic bodies interact with it. So none of what's going on right now is really ours. It's everyone's. You see what I'm saying?
It's no one's and everyone's,
Yes. Yes.
mm,
Yes. It's like the Borg
which
on a
makes that shit
biological
weird.
level. Yes. Right. That opens a whole nother set of philosophical questions. So
Right. Existence is weird.
it is weird. Hmm. It's real fucking weird.
Hmm.
But you don't want it to end. I'll tell you, I've been pondering the whole death thing lately because, like, I figure I'm about 2/3 to the great beyond, if you want to look at it in, you know, fractional
Right.
terms.
Right. You've probably got more life behind you than in front.
Right, dude. I don't like that. Because like one day this is just going to be gone, and I'll never even have known that I was ever here. Just
That's the
erased.
weird part.
That's the fucked up part. I don't like it all.
I said I'm not a fan of it. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, at least it's even across the board. You know what I'm saying? That you can't pay your way out of this one. I mean, this is all it is. That's all the money you made in the world ain't gonna save you from this one. You know. So, but yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
ladies and
always a.
gentlemen, I only got
Mhm.
about 25 years to go. So please donate a lot of money to me so I can enjoy this last 25 years. Because it's
Yeah,
not
there
long.
you
It's like a
go.
prison sentence. It's like a prison sentence.
Yeah, we can get him moved to that condo in L.A. Not L.A. in Las Vegas, and you know he can live out the last 25 there, happy. Maybe get him a hooker or two. We ain't gonna get a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it to well, maybe once a month, maybe twice. We don't want to overdo it. We get you some hymns. That's the new shit I've been seeing right here recently.
Oh, you've been seeing some hymns everywhere?
Yeah, it's been on X. Every time
I
like
haven't
I
seen it once. I ain't seen it once,
oh
so it leads me to
man.
believe you clicking on some shady shit to get the algorithm going that way.
Do
Or no,
what? It's a
I
damn
pay I pay $8. Do you pay the $8?
yes, I got a blue check.
Okay, I'm a blue check too.
Oh shit. I say that I seen it, but now it's not up here. Huh, that's weird. I called myself saving it because I was like, man, it's got some hymns up here. I said, man, I ain't got no erectile dysfunction. I said, my whole dick work. Thing, I mean, I ain't got no issues. The whole thing work. I mean, hey, and what's crazy about that stuff is they keep coming out with new stuff. You know, when Viagra hit the market, Bo, it's like, oh man, we got the new greatest and best thing. And the problem that I always had with those pills is that they were not so much marketing to people with the erectile dysfunction. They were marketing to people to just fuck longer. I was like, man, after about 5 to 8 minutes, I mean, what we talking about here? I mean, I hope your stroke game need to be good enough to get this thing done. Okay, it's called foreplay, and then once you've seen that she's done, then you can go in there and you can just go to town on it. I ain't got to worry about holding on. That shit's dumb. I'm like, and the woman don't want you sitting on there pounding on her for no. People always say how long they have sex. It's just stupid. I'm like, did you start the timer? And did you end the timer once everything was done? How you know how long you were doing it? I ain't checking what time was on the clock when we start. They'll be like, oh yeah, I fucked for 2 hours. I was like, well, she didn't like you after the after that after about 15, 20 minutes. Cause I mean, but you sitting here, but I'm pretty sure you rubbed her raw. She's gonna be hurting for the next damn week. This shit's stupid. You know what I'm saying? It dry up after a while. It's like, man, it's no longer good. Uh, but yeah, so what we had Viagra, then we had the Cialis, then we had the Blue Chew. The Blue Chew popped up, and now we got Hims. The Hims is the new heat, so that's supposed to get you right. It says 15 minutes, you're gonna be right. Right for what? I don't know. Well, you see, the bad thing about that is, well, let's say you take it and then your date falls through. Now I got to do something with this. That's the problem. Now I got this thing I got to do something with, and now I've got an extended period of time that I'm gonna have to work on it, and this is a problem. All right, and now that I done took this hymns, so I mean I don't know. I
Oh,
know
see,
some
the
of us
thing
out
is
here
that
need
like,
help.
so the Viagra patent went like, off label a couple years
Right, right.
ago, and so now like any Joe Schmo can just go make the shit in his garage, and so that's what they're
Oh,
doing.
so you saying I should start making some?
Yeah, go right ahead. You probably make some money.
Yeah. What's some of the stuff that you got to incorporate some of this other stuff that helps with blood flow? Beetroot, beetroot powder. Put some of that in there. Get your nitrogen oxide levels up.
I take some shit that's got beetroot in it, but I don't take it for that. I just take it so I don't fucking die because I'm old.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you get the beetroot powder, I got some of that shit, and I was like, I'm gonna start drinking some of this. See what it does for my blood flow. That shit is gross. Yeah, I mean,
So
beet is straight butt booty cheeks. Like you got to mix it with 4 ounces of water. Man, you chug that shit. I'm like,
I
ugh.
got it in pills. I got it in pill concentrate. I got a bunch of vitamins and stuff I'm taking. Let me see. Let me show you what I'll tell you what I'm taking. I'm taking a basic multivitamin. I'm taking uh, black walnut wormwood capsules with clove, garlic, turmeric, pumpkin seed, oregano, and berberine. That's for digestive health. It's a thing that white people do. And so,
Oh, okay, okay.
what else did I get? Oh, I got some other stuff I've been taking. I've been taking these turmeric, and I've been taking. I got a vitamin E, and I got a magnesium complex, and I do feel better when I take them, or at least I think I do, and I think placebo is as good as the real thing, so it doesn't even
Hey,
matter.
and that's what I tell people. Like when they come in there and they said, "How are you doing?" I'll be like, "I feel like I'm doing good enough." Like, I mean, so I, how I'm actually doing, I don't know. I ain't had any EKGs or they ain't did none of that shit. Scanned me, held my balls while I coughed or nothing. All right, so how I'm actually doing, I don't know. But I'm still able to move. I'm still running with the YNs with the young niggas out there on the basketball court. 18 to 22-year-olds. And so I feel like I'm okay. You know, and so I'm gonna
Um,
maintain that.
that's a good idea. I think there's a big problem with all this um, pre-screen. Let's find everything that might be wrong with you twice a year bullshit that people do because of their health insurance. All that preemptive stuff, I think, is fucking nonsense. If you ain't got a fucking problem, don't go to the fucking doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't,
Because
I
you
don't
keep
want to
looking and
drum
you're
up a
fine.
problem.
You keep looking for shit, you'll find some shit. You know what I mean? Just let your body handle it.
Yeah, and the thing is like your stress level will be up once you go get checked. Now you put yourself in a level of stress, and so stress is one of those things that can be very detrimental to your health. So,
And lack of sleep. I've been trying to like get my
well, that as well.
sleep good because sleep's important. And I fuck around too much on the computer till like 2 in the morning. So I stopped doing that. I've been going to bed like at the latest at midnight and trying to be in bed till 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm trying to do that. Not always
Oh, okay,
successful,
okay.
but I'm trying.
Okay, well, here's my issue. Okay, so I need to go to bed late because at about the 6 hour mark, I'm gonna wake up. Like it's almost 100% probability I'm gonna wake up. So, like, if I go to bed at like 9, man, I'm gonna be up in the middle of the morning, about 3 o'clock, 3:30. I'm gonna be wide awake. I'm gonna be like, shit. So now I got to do something for a little bit, and then I'll be like, okay, I think I can go back to sleep now. Now that is my weekend ritual. I like to wake up, eat breakfast, and then take a nap. That's the way I like to proceed. That's my vacation schedule too. You know, uh, and I'm thankful that I'm with the woman that I'm with because um, she understands what I need, which is to eat and then go to sleep. And she doesn't pressure me into, oh, we need to do this and do that. When we're on vacation, it's like she lets me be the what's she call it? The director of activities. So folks are like, "What y'all gonna do when you go down there?" She said, "I don't know." She said, "I'm gonna let him decide what we're doing." I'm like, "Good. So I can do it at a pace. She's fine with the pace, and it makes sense." Now, for a lot of other folks, they'd be like, "Man, you went on vacation and you didn't do a whole lot." I say, "But I do shit all the time. I'm trying to rest." You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat me some good food. I see a couple places, and then I'm gonna try to rest. You know, do a little shopping. But I like to kick back when I go to places. and just relax. Oh no, I think I kind of got that from my dad because when he went on vacation, all he did was sleep. Now, for like 35 straight years, he worked 2 jobs. So, I mean, I guess he deserves some rest. Um, but that's pretty much what he did. All his coworkers like, "Oh, what all you do?" I was like, "Well, we did a few things, but I really slept a lot. 'Cause I don't get to do it. So, sleep is something you need. Um, and some people try to skip out on it. And you're not a breakfast guy though, are you? I don't think you. Well, you eat
No.
well, you eat once a day, don't you?
Um, not that I really like. Not that I'm on like on any particular diet, but I usually don't get hungry until like 2 in the afternoon. So I get up and I have a cup of coffee, and then I do my work, I do my shows, and then sometime in next thing I know, I look at the clock. It's like 1, 2 o'clock, and then I'll start thinking about eating something. And that's usually how it is every day. Today I made an exception, and today I got up and got some breakfast around 10 o'clock. But that was the first
Oh
time in
man.
like,
Oh, that's
yeah,
brunch. You got brunch. You got brunch.
that's brunch.
If you got it at 10 o'clock, you got brunch.
Oh, anytime I would ever eat anything, period, would never ever be earlier than that, no matter what. So
Oh man. Well, you see, I didn't got used to eating breakfast, so if I don't eat breakfast, it's like weird.
you're in the South.
It's like extremely weird. Yeah.
You're considered the South, even though you're North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah, yeah. That's still
So
we still dirty South.
I picture everybody up there eating like chicken and waffles for breakfast. And
I mean,
biscuits.
we
And
get yeah, we get down with the biscuits. We get down with the biscuits. Um, I'm a French toast connoisseur. That's what I do.
do you do like all the
When we go
stuffed toast and
places,
stuff?
I don't need to
Do
get
you
into
do
all
like
that.
pecans or nuts on it or any of that stuff?
I want your baseline. I want to know what you got out the can. You know what I'm saying? I want this out the can. Is your recipe good? French toast. You don't need to give me no bells and whistles. I need syrup, I need your bread, and I need your custard. How you gonna get? Yeah, are you gonna be able to get right for me? Some people do the cheesecake stuffed with strawberries and banana. I'm like, bro, look, man, let's settle down. Let's get to the nitty gritty, okay? I want to see if your base is any good because a lot of times folks be trying to cover up shit. Like you thought you had something good, but it really won't that good. So let's say for some reason that day they don't have that. It's like, well, I'll go with the OG. And you taste it, be like, damn, this is terrible. It was always terrible. You were tasting other shit. So I want to know if your OG is good, your original gangster. If we're gonna go off a chain French toast places, because for me, I still think the best French toast I've had has came from Yoder's. But if we go off chain restaurants, I would say my top two would be a Blueberry Grill, because they hit you with a little shahala bread. Blueberry Grill is very good. And then, and I know this is gonna sound weird, but Cheesecake Factory does brunch, and they do a French bread brulee French toast that hits. I mean, it hits.
Um, you said you're near a Yoder's,
Yes. Well, I'm like
and
25 minutes from one.
man, I'm trying to find it. I can't
The
find it because,
Mennonites, the
like,
Mennonites, the Mennonites.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't find it because, like, the original one, is based in Sarasota, Florida. I grew up like a block or 2 blocks from it.
This
Um,
is this is hold on, Yoder's. Yeah,
Yoder's
so
Amish Village,
technically, hold on, Dutch Pantry. So technically, it's in Grifton.
Grifton. Okay, because I was just trying to
Yeah,
Google how
Grifton, North
many,
Carolina.
I was trying to Google how many Yoders there were, and I can't seem to find it. But there seems to be
Okay.
more than there's a couple now, not too many because it's still like, well, it's kind of funny. They got electricity and all, you know.
Well, they wear Nikes. So like I see the women, they'll be in like their dress and they'll have the little hat on, they have their hair up, and then they have some Nikes on. I'll be like, hold on a second now. What we got going on here? All
I mean,
right.
I expect them to be living like in the village.
They got a village. They got all them little houses. I seen it. I drove by it. I said, oh man, what's that? And my girlfriend's like, "Man, that's the Mennonite village." I said, "Word."
Yeah,
I said, "That
Mennonites
looks
are
like that
like
shit."
Mennonites are Amish
Uh,
light. They're like Amish light.
yeah, the place they look like, it looked like the movie The Village. That's what that shit looked like. The M. Night Shyamalan shit. That's what I looked over there, I said, "Oh, man, that's looks just like the movie."
They
Like
wanted to fuck with them
like
over the vaccine shit. They wanted to force them to get the vaccine in like up in Pennsylvania. And I think they were like, fuck off.
yeah, is it, I'm assuming that if you're a Mennonite, like, you can only, like, date and marry a Mennonite. Does that make is that true?
Oh yeah, bro, you ain't going
It
nowhere.
seems like that is.
So I think like
Let's see.
when they hit like 18, they're allowed to go on like they're allowed to go to the city for like a year and see if they like it, and or they can come back. And so
Okay, okay. Here we go, Corey. I got some action right here. It says, yes, a Mennonite can date a non-Mennonite, but it depends heavily on the specific diverse Mennonite community's rules and conservatism, with some more modern groups being open to it, while more traditional or conservative ones may not. In conservative Mennonite communities, dating or marrying outside the church is often discouraged or prohibited, requiring a non Mennonite to seriously consider and commit to join the church to even begin courtship.
you think
So
there's
it's
any
like,
black Mennonites?
no, they ain't no black niggas. They ain't got no BBNC in the Mennonite community. That's big black nigga dick. BBND, big black nigga dick. No big black nigga dick in the damn. Hey, look, if one of them got a hold of one of them chicks, boy, I mean, she be done told the rest and it'd be over. I'm trying to tell you. They be done infiltrated. They had the Mennonites out there fucking playing damn Migos and Jay-Z and shit. You know what I'm saying? It'd be just like that. I ain't seen one. Look, um, I've been going there. I've been going there since me and my girlfriend, so 11 years. I ain't even seen a black person work there. Now I've seen a Mexican. Now
Was he
Mexicans
washing
can.
dishes?
No, they were. They looked like they were in the back. They were cooking the food,
Mm.
and so I think Mexicans are a little diverse. Like they can adapt a little bit better. So I ain't seen no black. I ain't seen no black folk. Now black folk go eat there, but I ain't seen no black folk work there
Man,
or be in that.
just thinking about that place makes me want to get a big old like a meatloaf plate with fucking mashed potatoes. Mm.
Now here's the question. It's like, can I just? I guess you can just go join, right? It's just like, hey man, I want to become a Mennonite because I'm trying to get in on some of this Mennonite booty.
Bro, that's how you fuck right off.
You better be whole, whole man. I've been reading the Mennonite Bible. What's that? What's that Bible? What's the Mennonite? Is it the same Bible as the other one? Night
um,
Bible.
I don't know, man. I don't know nothing about the Bible.
Okay, here we go. They use various Bible versions, but most commonly the New International Version and New Revised Standard Version. So no King James out this bitch, all right? We so take your King James and take it down the road, bro. We using something a little different. All right, I don't know what the difference is in those. Let's see. Mennonites believe the Old and New Testaments are inspired by God, providing the standard for their faith and practice, which they interpret in harmony with Jesus Christ. Okay. What is this? Oh, it says new study resource. The Anti-Baptist Community Bible was released in 2025. Huh. I don't know, man. This shit sounds weird. It's just I don't know. Like when you hear Mennonite, like I don't know why I think this, but I think like you know sacrificing animals and shit. I don't know. Why I
I
think
don't think
that.
so. I think the
You don't
Amish are
think
the
that?
super strict ones, and the Mennonites are like not as strict. Like
Oh, okay.
they'll go to like the regular public high school, like the Mennonites around Sarasota who ran Yoder's. Like there was a,
Mhm.
I'd say that community was probably, I mean, God, I'm just guessing off the top of my head, but knowing the geographical area, I'd say that community couldn't have been any bigger than 3,000 people. And that would be a lot. I'd say that'd be on the very high end. Um, and we'd see them like they try to stay off the main road, but all the side roads, you'd see them like going around in like horse and buggy and shit. Like no joke.
Hmm. Horse
Yeah.
and buggy. No,
Yeah.
these niggas driving. These niggas driving cars. These cats are.
Did you ever watch that show
You
with
know.
the Amish Mafia?
Oh, uh-uh.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, hold on. The Mennonites and Mormons, are they kind of similar?
I don't know. Mormonism's an outright scam. Mennonites, I think, are real
Is it?
believers. So, uh-huh.
He said it's a scams. They're the ones where you can do the soaking, ain't it?
He had
Can't
like
you
magic
soak?
bricks. He had like magic bricks or something. Yeah, what's the story of
The fuck does that mean?
Mormon magic bricks?
Man said he had a whole bag of magic bricks.
Um, let me see about this. I bet you
We
the
interested on this
Wikipedia is
magic
all.
brick.
Let me see if I can find that part. Is the theology and religion of Latter Day Saints? Blah blah blah. Theology is the Book of Mormon. It describes itself as a chronicle of the indigenous peoples of America and their dealings with God. Oh, this is probably going to whitewash this thing. Um,
Oh, is that right?
yeah, Mormonism includes significant doctrines of eternal marriage, eternal progression, baptism for the dead, polygamy or plural marriage, sexual purity. How can you have polygamy and sexual purity at the same time? Health, fasting, and Sabbath observance. Come on, where's the part about the bricks or whatever? Stones, magic rocks.
Okay. Oh,
Mormon
here we
magic
go. Here we go.
rocks.
Somebody Sig 101 said that Mormons had golden plates and seer stones. So
All
that's what they
right.
have.
So, according to Latter day Saint theology, seer stones were used by Joseph Smith as well as ancient prophets to receive revelations from God. Members of the Church of Jesus Christ blah, 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 believe that Smith used seer stones to translate the Book of Mormon. So he heard some shit through some rocks.
Hey,
And that's
well,
Mormonism. And this is very
well,
whitewashed because I hear the real version is like super stupid.
yeah, well, Moses was supposed to speak to the rock, but he struck it, get water to come from it. So they
Someone got.
probably got that from that.
All right, here's the thing that pisses me off, and this is why this is the one thing that this is the one thing this is the one thing I can never get over with religion. Okay, I'm glad people are religious. Please be as Christian all day long, and do all the Christian stuff, and please, that's great. Um, these religious texts expect us to just believe a whole bunch of shit that our lives have shown and the universe has shown to us don't fucking ever happen ever. Like rising from the dead and walking on fucking water and parting the Red Sea. This is shit that doesn't happen ever. But this books like swear to us that they did and we're supposed to believe it. And it was written by people who didn't know why the fucking sun came up in the morning. Right. And so this is the big problem that I have with it.
I didn't know they were on Earth. It's like, what's Earth?
They don't
They
know,
thought they
dude.
just the place they were at is all there was.
And like the level of zealotry over fucking religion over some shit that is like clearly never happened. Like none of the religious shit happened. None of it. Like there was never a Moses. There was never a fucking Jesus. This is all stories that people fucking wrote. And I'm glad they wrote them. But they were not real. They were never real. They're allegory, obvious allegory. And so I can't go along with it as far as like believing that shit actually happened. Now, I appreciate
What?
the culture that
Uh-huh.
people have created from it, and that what it's meant to foster. That I'm 100% behind, because we've seen the alternatives with these blue hair faggots.
Dear God Almighty. Hey,
So
six got a theory
it's very
right here.
simple,
It says the Israelites came to America in wooden submarines and became Native Americans.
bro.
So that's
That's
potential there. That's the potential. What do you think about the potential of that, Corey?
I think
To have wooden
I believe
submarines
that
back
over
in the
some other
day.
shit that people believe.
Well, here's what I always like. I think back to it, and I'm just like, why ain't none of that crazy shit happening anymore? Like, it's okay to question things. Like, why is that crazy shit not happening anymore? Did it just needed to not exist anymore?
You
You
talking
got
about like a
talking
guy parting the Red Sea and like talking bushes and stuff? Is that what you're
talking
talking about?
animals, be it bushes talking to you, tapping
Right,
on rocks and water
right,
coming from it, and
right.
a
Back to
whale,
consciousness and
a
our
big
senses. Our consciousness and
yeah,
senses have told us over our lifetimes that that stuff doesn't happen. Like
yeah,
the
like a what
universe
is
has
it?
shown zero evidence of that.
A fish, a whale eating you and then throwing you up back on land.
Oh, that's like
A
Job,
few
isn't
days
it?
later. I think it was Jonah, won't it? Jonah and the whale.
Oh,
For
maybe.
some reason, Jonah
I don't
got
know.
ate.
I'm not a religious scholar.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh
about as
damn, Jonah
fucking
and
to
the
me. It's
whale's
about
a
as useful as becoming like an expert at Pokemon cards. It has about as
okay, here
much
we go. Here we go.
universal application.
Okay, my God. It's okay. The story of Jonah and the whale recounts how the prophet Jonah, after running from God's command to preach to the wicked city of Nineveh, was swallowed by a great fish for 3 days and nights before being vomited on the dry land.
Did
Jonah's
he like
time
set
in the
up camp
fish's
and he have like a little
yeah,
campfire going and stuff inside the
yeah, he
whale?
fasted. Yeah, Jonah's time in the fish's belly led him to pray and repent, after which he obeyed God and preached in Nineveh, causing the city to also repent and be spared from destruction. Man, Bo, Bo, that's that Old Testament shit I was talking to you about, though. I mean, maybe they
So
sent something around to eat you.
that Old Testament stuff, man, like all of that stuff came from a people who didn't know anything but slavery. And so that's why their entire creation backstory is one meant to justify their enslavement. And that's why these
Okay.
Abrahamic religions are all about subservience to God. They're not about being good like God. Jesus kind of became the emulation aspect, but
Right.
the the ancient religions of like the Nordic and the Greek gods, I've said this a dozen times, the fucking they were meant to be emulated because those people were never slaves. They didn't know slavery, so being subservient to their gods wasn't something that even dawned on them. So their gods
Mhm.
were great, and they were meant to do great things like their gods. But Judaism sprang from slavery, and so that's why it is the way it is. You have to be subservient to God, and you will experience. Well, there was no afterlife in the original Judaism, was there?
Well, you see, that's kind of weird. Um, so if you go, I guess technically, if you go Old Testament, like it didn't really, it didn't really talk about going to heaven like that. Like that what was it? Enoch was the only one that never tasted death, allegedly. Like a great chariot came down and just took him right up into the heavens.
He was with the giants and stuff.
Yeah, but then they don't want you to have the book of Enoch because reasons.
So all of the references to Jesus being mortal, and there were lots of them in a lot of the writings. Um,
Hmm.
they were intentionally excluded from New Testament, decided at the Council of Nicaea. That's where that was the censorship industrial complex of the era.
At that
But
time, yeah.
I'm still of the I'm still of the belief that Jesus wasn't a real person. Richard Carrier wrote a couple books on this, and all the stories of Jesus came They all applied to not only previous gods, but there was a previous celestial god who went by the same name. There was basically a celestial Jesus. And so over time, and there were cults around that celestial Jesus. And then over time, that grew into what Christianity became. And all the stories of the resurrection and stuff, that's all retroactively told. Like those were stories that didn't pop up for like 70, 80 years after the death of Jesus. Like there was none of that stuff. There's no evidence that there was ever any kind of, we would have record of a person. There would be historical record of a person who did the things Jesus did if the Bible was true and he really did those things. There's no record of it at all. We would have communications between world leaders. We have nothing like that. We don't have any references by the archivists of this person coming to town, performing miracles and being arrested. There's like not a whisper of it until long after Jesus's time. So that to me, and this is what Carrier concluded, it was basically a resurrection of an ancient myth. And by the time the Council of Nicaea came around, all kinds of literature had sprung from it. So,
You know, one of the weird things is that, you know, and if you talk to, you know, anybody who's just like 100% grounded, you just got to believe everything that's in there. They get pissed about this stuff, but it's like, um, Jesus was born, and then Jesus is an adult and preaching. That's it. Like, you got nothing else.
so I don't get, was he born of a virgin or was Mary with Joseph and he had brothers? I don't know which one is the truth.
No, technically he was born of a virgin, so my man didn't bust no nut.
Okay.
And okay, so if that's true, then you know that the people at the time was calling her a whore. And what was the husband thinking? It's like, "Bo, I ain't been
I don't
hitting
know,
this
man.
time."
I'm starting to think everybody was hitting everything back in the days. It was like some Game of Thrones shit. I'm thinking it was like some Game of Thrones shit. Brothels everywhere and
Hey, look, you could get away with it a little bit more easily if you were a dude. Hell, if you went 5 miles outside of where you was at, shit. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ever knew. They'd be like, "That's it. Hey, your great granddaddy, he was a piece of shit. Don't worry about it. He had families all over the place." I always tell people, I said, "Man, why you think the marriage laws are the way they are today?" They're like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Yeah, your great grandpappy, he had 5 families. He went,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna go take these crops to town. And they ain't the only thing he was taking to town, he's taking the dick with him." You know what I'm saying? And he out there slaying, making kids all over the place, and then leaving them high and dry. But that's the type of stuff that's happened. That's why they be busting your ass now. Cause your folks back in the day, the great generation before you were sacks of shit. It's just that nobody knew because they ain't have social media. I mean, that's it. That's it. Folks act like, oh man, things are so bad today. Man, the people back in the day, they weren't worth a damn neither. Don't worry. Don't feel bad. Okay. Now, if you were born in the what would we say probably the generation that had it the best? We'd probably say the boomer generation.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
they had yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think in the history of the world, they probably had it the best,
Yep. Mm-hmm. My
and I
parents
don't
bought their
think it's
first
close. I don't
my
think it's
parents bought
close.
their first house for $13,000. And it was a decent house. It probably sell for 400,000 today, you know? Like they could afford it. My dad had a bullshit job as a lifeguard and he raised a family on it. My dad raised the family on like $300 a week.
Bam!
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that shit ain't wild.
I'll never forget because my dad, he fucking would come home he had his own business, but he contracted and he was a dental technician. He made teeth and stuff. And he would take his check. He contracted with basically one company and he would every week he would put his check on the refrigerator until he could get to the bank to cash it. $300. And if it was ever more than $300, it was like exciting. And that's how it was for like ever. as long as I can remember growing up.
Mm.
My mom
Yeah,
worked
that's
occasionally. My mom worked occasionally, but usually just at some part-time bullshit job just to have insurance. But back then, you could work a part-time bullshit job and have insurance. Good luck with that today.
mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. We got Reverend Bill on on Rumble. He's got a question said, so the Bible is not a record of history. So I
Oh, no
guess that
way.
question is probably for you.
No way.
Okay. He just said no way. That's it. He said Jesus had a brother that popped out of Mary's vagina. He also said crazy shit does happen. I mean, I guess you could say that it does, but I don't know. Maybe I'm looking. Okay, maybe I'm looking biblical shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking. Uh, it's
I'm sure there's
it's
been like
nobody. It's
swarms of
nobody.
locusts and stuff,
Yeah, it's not.
and
I'm
rivers
just
turning
wondering,
red.
like, is there nobody out here righteous enough to be granted that divinity to have power to move seas and speak to rocks, or is it just not needed anymore? Like this, like that's just what I'm. That's all I'm asking.
I think it is
I'm
needed.
not. I'm not sitting here confirming or denying.
I think it's still needed. I think that the rise that we've seen here in America of Christianity over the past couple of years, despite forces working against it, I think it kind of shows that people need something like that in their life.
Hold on, Corey. Or is the is our technology the miracle? Is that what will be considered the miracles now? Our technology
I don't
being
know.
able
I
to
don't
do
know.
this to project this across states and stuff like that. That would be considered the your modern day miracles.
Well, I don't know. We adapt really quickly. Really
Right.
quickly. We went from we didn't have the internet to if you take it away from me, I'll kill you in like a fucking minute.
Hmm. Said the things we take for granted would be biblical shit to people way back when. Hey, and I'm not I'm not confirming or denying. I've just got questions. That's it. And I think it's okay to question some stuff, especially when things are formulated and put together by man. So let's not pretend that men don't pick and choose and manipulate. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Dude, we're
let's
corrupt.
not
It's in our
yeah,
genes.
yeah, if we're gonna talk about propaganda now, we're talking about men who wrote stuff, men who compiled stuff together, men who omitted things, intentionally omitted things, omitted books, changed passages. We've got people who are deciphering old languages. Okay. And we had Chris ask, have either of us experienced something supernatural?
Never. Trust me, I
I can
wanted
say
it to
probably
be.
not.
I seen a weird glare in the trees one time. I hoped it was the UFO, and it was just headlights, and I was tired. So nope.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I can. Ah, all right. So he says, I've experienced shadow people on more than one occasion, unfortunately, but I'm just crazy, I guess.
Well,
I
no,
mean, I
that
don't
might be
know.
the government.
So that might be the government. Now, I do believe that people who have like flatline, he says he's experienced death. I don't know if you flatlined or not and they brought you back. I do believe people who have flatlined may have experienced some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Who were flatlined and resurrected.
But see,
I could believe.
you get
What do you
some
think?
people who see some shit, but like think here's the thing. I think when we get in those states, our brain produces all kinds of chemicals to ease our transition, so we don't
Hmm.
fucking freak out. And I think a lot of the fucking people who see the light and all this stuff, I think that's your brain just doing stuff. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I'll probably, if any of us would have experienced something potentially supernatural, I would assume it would be Lindsay, seeing how that would be more her realm. Um,
So, my whole thing with that world, not that that world is wrong about stuff, not that the spiritual world is wrong about things, but I don't think anybody has the possibility to understand, to know what really they're talking about when it comes to that realm. When it comes
hmm
to like spirituality and stuff and what that really means, like nobody knows nothing, you know. So it's very difficult for me to listen to like the spiritual gurus. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, look, what would they come with uh clear mind and an open heart or some shit like that? What's they say? Whatever they say, some shit like that. Um, but I don't know, supernatural. But I'm trying to think of something that I thought was freaky. Have you ever had deja vu
Yeah.
where
You
you're
feel
in a
like
new
you know
place, but you
exactly
felt
what's
like it?
about to
Yeah,
happen. Uh-huh.
yeah.
See,
I
but
guess
that
that
deja
would
vu
be the
feeling,
closest thing to supernatural. I guess that would be.
well, that deja vu feeling is very similar to when you're tripping out and you start to have a panic attack and you start to have a bad trip. You see it coming before it gets there. Like,
Okay.
and it's kind of the same thing. Um it's a very similar feeling but without the panic. Like you're slipping into, um like you're just letting reality play out as you know it's supposed to play out in that moment because it feels familiar. um
Mhm.
and even down to the words that you say. And no one else I've experienced that. I've experienced deja vu type feelings when I did whippets on nitrous oxide, the shit they give you at the dentist.
Mm.
When you take hits of
Mhm.
that stuff, you become very conscious of that kind of looping sensation, like deja vu. It's very weird.
Okay. Okay. I don't,
I
mm,
think you get that when you die too. I think you kind of get that when you die. Like your body releases DMT and you like super trip out so you don't realize you're about to fucking go.
okay. 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 Well, I don't think I hadn't been on any of that stuff. The only thing that they hit me with the knockout gas one time when I had my wisdom teeth taken out. Now that's a weird experience. That's extremely weird because I'm sitting there, they put the mask on me, and I'm like, but I don't. This ain't doing nothing. And I'm like, that's weird. I can't feel my legs or my arms. And all of a sudden, I wake up, and I freak out when I wake up because I think I'm in the middle of surgery, and they're like, "Oh, it's done." I said, "Oh shit! I was knocked out." Now that's some crazy shit. And just think Michael Jackson was getting put to sleep every night. That fucking shit is wild, dude. I'm just like, woo, because you don't actually feel yourself pass out,
Right.
and then you wake up
Right.
in a panic.
Yes. Yes. I'm hoping death is like that. Like you don't know it's coming, but so here's the thing, man. Like there's this like I've seen it twice now in person. When my dad died, like he was like, in an unconscious state, but then when he died, he went like this. He went, ugh, his hands went up in the air and he went, ugh, and then he died. And when my dog died, my dog did the same shit. My dog was just laying
Mhm,
there like in this half unconscious state, and all of a sudden it
mhm.
went, it got it tensed up everywhere, and it went, ugh, and it just died the same way my dad did. So I'm hoping that shit. I don't want that moment to come ever. Like if I just fall asleep and just don't wake up, that's great. But I don't want that fucking moment because it doesn't look like a good time.
Okay. Dead man said if you get dementia, your perception/belief of religion disappears. Hmm.
Well, here's the thing. I think
Oh,
that when you're in a situation it's not necessarily, and you're like, please, please, please help, whatever you're like, it's not necessarily God that you're looking for help from. It's any outside source of assistance or aid or preservation of life, right? It's the last ditch. Anybody who can help me, right? Like if you could be dying in the middle of the fucking wilderness, nobody around for 20, 30 miles, and you're still going to scream for help, you know?
Mhm.
So I think it's that simple.
Hmm. Okay. And we got hold on. I mean, Reverend Bill, what we got going on here? Nitrous oxide makes some females very horny. Is this true?
I don't know about that. And I don't know. I don't think so. Fucks you
So
up
I
really
mean,
quickly and really bad. So,
oh, it does.
uh-huh.
Oh, okay, okay. You see, I'm not in that realm. I mean, I drank some beer and some liquor, and every once in a while, I might smoke a joint while I was already drunk. So I mean, that was like
And you should
that's
keep it
as
that
far as
way.
I got.
You keep it that way.
Yeah,
You on the right track. Just keep everything right where it is. You don't need to be
yeah,
doing that
and I
shit.
don't. Yeah, I don't even really drink anymore, to be honest. Like every once in a while, I'll have a drink. If
I
we have
drank
a
a
like a
beer. I drank a beer when we did
Mhm.
the UFC the other day. One
Oh,
beer.
did you? What you
I
drink?
It was a coffee stout.
Oh, okay, you into that bullshit.
Well, no, somebody left some shit at my house.
Oh, okay.
So
A coffee stout. I know that motherfucker was ripe. I
that
mean,
shit was like it was black like Guinness.
that's what I know. That's what I know. But I know that shit was terrible. Before we
It was okay.
yeah.
It was all right. It was like a
Okay.
Guinness with some coffee overtones. So it was real heavy. I drank one of them and I was as buzzed as I wanted to be off one.
Okay. Let's see here. Before we get into to our final topic, Corey, we got something from RFK today. He said that he believes there's a link between autism and circumcision due to the distribution of Tylenol to infants following the procedure.
That's kind of
Um, it's a little far out, isn't it? That might be too far for me.
it's a little far out. It sounds
Yeah,
like
because I
and
mean,
it sounds anti-Semitic to me.
that's what it really is. It's anti-Semitic. Damn
This
it,
is
RFK, you know not to do that.
this is the first this is the first I'm hearing of it, by the way. But this is the upcoming battle against circumcision as a standard practice. That's what it is. I'm
And
telling you,
look,
it's an anti-Jew thing. I'm telling you.
yeah, and look, I mean, I understand what they're saying, cruel and whatever, but I'm glad I ain't got no hood on my dick. I mean, I'm just with you, man. Just saying, I'm glad this is me personally because I don't want to do nothing extra. Okay. And so it seems like an extra step. And so I'm just kind of glad. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you've ever had that moment where like you get too cold or whatever, and like your penis kind of almost like recedes and it's like weird. You're like, damn, you trying to get it because it's like it almost like hurts. That's what I feel like having the hood is. I know it's probably not like that, but that's the way I feel. So I'm like,
Well, I think ultimately what it was a bunch of Jews sold it to the goyim as a fucking health measure when it's really their fucking religious bullshit. That's what I think
okay,
it ultimately was. Everything's
okay,
their fault.
oh,
You
here we
have to
go.
keep that. You have to remember that everything's their fault, no matter what it is. Did it rain today? It's because of their weather machine. Okay.
Man said the Jews and Muslims had no foreskin, no wonder they go bananas. Oh man, that's tough. It's tough. So Corey, it looks like we got us a ceasefire out there in Gaza. They're celebrating. They're in the streets,
Shut
Corey.
the.
It's celebratory in nature.
Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep for the next half hour. Wake me up when we're done.
Corey, no, you can't go to
Oh,
sleep.
it's okay because within about 10 seconds, Netanyahu's gonna drop a bomb on some motherfucker, and so none of
No, but
that. None of this means
Hamas came
anything.
to the table.
This is
The
virtue
Hamas leader came to
signaling.
the table.
The organization created by Netanyahu to act as a fucking controlled opposition came to the table. I'm fucking thrilled.
Corey, hold
This
on a
is
second, Corey.
bullshit.
Let me
This is
show you these people.
theater. This is fucking theater. They're gonna sign this fucking agreement, and then them fucking Jews are gonna continue to bomb the shit out of them. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
And Netanyahu's a
but
fucking snake.
it's a
He should get
ceasefire, though, man.
rabined. I don't fucking hear nothing about it. It's stupid. It's stupid. Anyone who believes it is stupid.
Hold on, here it is right here. Look at these people right here, Corey. Well, not her, but look at them. This is celebratory. This is a celebration. I mean, they got the tambourine and everything. Well, it ain't tambourine. Some type of drum.
They're gonna get about 10 minutes of ceasefire.
I mean, look at this. And this Israeli cabinet approves Gaza hostage release deal. They releasing folks? Of course, the American military is going to oversee initial Gaza peacekeeping force, but no U.S. troops are going to be there. Okay? The Hamas chief even declares Gaza war is over. This is the chief, man. That's what the chief said.
Those who do not understand history are doomed to repeat it. I don't know if that applies here, but it sounded good. Ain't shit gonna happen, man. Like, I don't know what the fuck people are talking about. Like, how fucking long,
Trump's got...
dude? Like, I don't even know what to say about it. Like, this is nothing. Because you can't trust the fucking Israelis ever. The sheep just cut a deal with the wolf. What the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Well, the wolf's only going to eat a few of them. Look,
this is
that
a
may
stalling
have been the
tactic.
deal.
This is a delay tactic for Israel to figure out who to bomb next. Or maybe they just want to tie this over for a little bit so they can go bomb Iran. But trust me, them Jewish niggas are going to bomb somebody.
Look, but we got a 20-point plan. Now, can I get all 20 points up here?
Oh God, I'm gonna be a
20-point piece. 20-point. I don't think they ain't released the 20 points, but I mean, but we got a 20-point plan, Corey. You see, this isn't something that's half baked, half cocked. This is the real deal. Okay. I mean, they even said right out here, it's a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel, all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. Corey, love and happiness.
This is the biggest gaslighting I've seen in a long time.
Come on now, echoing Trump, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared that the approval of the first phase of the peace plan means all our hostages will be brought home.
All right, so what time is it? It's 8:39 p.m. I'm going to say Israel breaks the ceasefire before this show is over in 21 minutes.
Come on now. I mean, come on now. I mean, look, this isn't like the other ceasefires. This time it's different.
Oh, it is, huh?
Yeah, okay. Hey, you know what? You know how they say in the movies, the old school action movies, payback this time is for real. Ceasefire this time is for real. That's what we got going on here.
Is this show listed under comedy or what?
Yes, it's entertainment. Look, that's actually what it's listed under. We have no financial information. We don't know shit. Everything we say is alleged, and most of it not true. So don't even worry about it. Okay? So, did that cover all bases? Nobody sue because you ain't gonna get shit. There is no money to be had. All right. So I mean, just hold on to that. You're gonna spend more money trying to get money. But they got a whole 20 now. I don't see the 20-point plan up here, but it's a 20-point plan that Trump has laid out. For some reason, I can't see the 20 points though. I don't know why I can't, but they're not listing it. I think because they're still in preliminary. I don't know if they got all 20 points done, if they're only halfway through the 20, 3/4 of the way, or only a fourth of the way. So they're working on this 20-point plan. Um, and it's probably gonna have something to do with divvying up the land. You know, some of that holy land out there. Nigga, that land ain't shit, man. I just to be honest with you, like all y'all be fighting over this ragged ass piece of land, Bo.
So the reason they chose that piece of land had nothing to do with it being their ancestral homeland. It was picked by a bunch of fucking atheists who didn't believe in God in the fucking first place, but they knew they could sell the story of bringing us back to our ancestral homeland. They knew they could sell it, whereas they couldn't they couldn't raise money to fucking go to Argentina or fucking Patagonia or fucking Madagascar or any of the places that they fucking discussed, which they discussed originally. It had nothing to do with fucking their ancestral homeland. It had to do with getting the fuck away from the Goyim. That's what it had to do with.
Mhm.
Get our own piece of land. Had nothing to do with all the Palestine shit at all. That came later. I think in the lead up to the first Zionist Congress in 1896. So, and he'd been writing his fucking diaries for years, 2-3 years before that. I never mentioned it. He talks about Argentina a bunch because it was already a colony there of 15,000 Jews, right? There was another guy who set up a Jewish colony in Argentina. You never hear about that, but they were doing that shit in the late 1800s. And so
Mhm.
there's always some lunatic trying to get their own fucking land, you know? So here's the deal. After World War II, we agreed as a fucking global community that we wasn't going to do that shit no more. We weren't, the age of imperialism was over, and the borders are the borders, and you don't get to fucking invade your neighbor anymore. And that was pretty much how it's been until Israel. Well, at least the CIA used fucking coups, covert coups. You know what I mean? At least they did it
Mhm.
backhandedly. Not that I'm supporting it at all, but fuck. You know, at least they tried to maintain the public face and plausible deniability and all that stuff. Israel is just like, fuck you. And you don't get to do that. Like if you're stuck on an island and one person is beating everybody up, that person's got to die. You know what I mean? Like that's how it goes. If your survival is at risk, them motherfuckers, you think, dude, they will nuke the world. Israel will nuke the whole world if they're going to go.
He said they press the button and nuke everything. He said, "Hell with it." You think it's that deep?
I know it's that deep.
Okay.
So here it
Okay.
is. It's called the Samson option. And let me see what Wikipedia has to say about it because they like to brag. The Samson option is a deterrent strategy of massive retaliation with nuclear weapons as a last resort. It says against a country whose military has invaded and or destroyed much of Israel. Commentators also have employed the term to refer to situations where whatever. Now they're starting to bullshit. Here's the deal. The reality is, if they're on the way out, they're going to launch the Samson option, which will nuke. It will send their nukes all over the world. If you didn't come to protect us and save us, then fuck you too, and we're going to nuke you. That's a legit thing. And so Israel needs to be wiped out very quickly. Like this next war with Iran that they're beefing up.
Allegedly.
Iran just needs to fucking pummel them out of existence, like in the first 24 hours. Take out all the nuclear sites, everything. Like there needs to be no Israel in 24 hours. Nothing, zip, nada, gone. Because if not, they'll fucking take it. They'll kill everybody. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hitler warned us. You know, if the Jews get control of the planet, we'll end up another lifeless rock in space.
That's the teachings. That's the teaching. So that's the newest breaking news. I mean, I guess we'll have some more unveiling in the coming days, and we'll see if Corey's right. We'll see if they just go ahead and on the back end just drop them a few more bombs just for
Mm-hmm.
good measure to make sure we can. That'll put the official stamp on the ceasefire. I think that's how you put the official stamp on it. Okay. What they got up here? Said both Wilkerson and Alistar reported truckloads of Jews is flooding into Ukraine. Hmm. And the Ukraine is the Ukraine stuff still going? Is that real? Is that still real?
Yeah, Putin needs to just hurry up with that shit and get it over with. He just, dude, you don't think he knows where Zelensky sleeps every night? Of course he does. This whole thing could be over tomorrow. You take out Zelensky and the whole thing is done.
Huh. So you say Zelensky's the head of the snake?
Yes. Yes. And Putin won't do it for PR reasons. Period.
Right. Right. It'll look bad.
Destroying a country, but it doesn't look as bad as if he were to just take him out. Then they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's a warmonger" and all this stuff, right? Like even worse than they
Hmm.
already are, which is funny.
Yeah. So you even got to be strategic within that,
Yeah,
which I'm
he's
a.
the king. Putin's the king, man. He is the king. I don't know that there's ever been a strategist like him ever. Um, See, Xi in China is way too isolationist.
Hmm.
They when America tries their shit with them, they're like, "Fuck you. We have 1.5 billion people and the biggest economy in the world. Eat a dick." Right? So like, it doesn't really fuck with them too much. And plus, they can just shut off the microchips at any time. That's why there's a big push to get the microchips here, and that's why the Hyundai deal in Seoul with all the guys who got arrested by ICE. That was a big
Hmm.
deal on a geopolitical level. That was a huge fucking deal, a huge deal, like way bigger than the media portrayed it. Like, and it all goes back to like China's dominance with microchips and how we have to suck their dick no matter what. So we can beef up to China all day long, but they can just shut us down like that. We have
It's
the
proverbial
robber
dick day.
the the motherfuckers who in the 70s and 80s who basically sold our country out to China and offloaded for cheap production labor, everything in this country to China, fucked us for hundreds of more years to come.
Hmm. Oh, China. Well, they just got done with their, was it that bridge that goes across the fucking a chasm, and it's got an amusement park and shopping centers and shit, all kind of shit in
That
it.
shit's so high, it's got like mortar under it.
Yeah, and somebody was like, "Why ain't we doing this in America?" I'm like, "Cause the shit's dumb." I give a fuck about that bridge, man. Folk be worried about shit that don't make a damn about nothing. All right, okay, they build a bridge. Okay,
Well,
they got glowing lights in their city. Like folks were like, "Oh man, look at all the technology. They got glowing lights in their cities." I'm like, "Y'all are fucking 2 years old, man." I mean, 2 years
their
old. We used
cities
to,
do
if
look
he
pretty
had lights
nice.
in it, if it
Shit look
had
like
lights and
Dubai.
it rattled, if it had lights and it rattled, we thought it was the shit.
That's
You
true.
got some shoes that you would step and it would light up. You'd be like, "Oh man, this is crazy." This what we act like we be 40, 50 year old. Like, man, damn, man. We just get sucked into whatever. And so you'd be sucked right into that and you have no problem with the social credit score and communism and all that other shit because you got some pretty lights to look at it. I'm like, whatever, man. That's why I got no optimism for this planet. Yeah. That's why I got no
You know what?
optimism. That's why I look at him and say, man, hurry up and do your worst, man. So I know what I need to do. My
You know what I'm
God.
optimistic about? I'm
What's
optimistic
that?
that fucking the government is going to stay shut down for a long time, and motherfuckers are going to be out of work, and Trump going to lay off like a
Dude,
million people.
dude, it looked like what they say, that and I heard this allegedly that they believe that some of these people ain't gonna get paid, period. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna get no back pay. I'm like, where'd that come from? You know?
Someone on like MSNBC said that if fucking Trump just fired all those people who are furloughed right now, that they would instantly balance the budget.
Well, it'd be like a bunch of what's it like TSA workers and shit like that? Because technically, those are government jobs, if I'm
Yeah,
correct. Isn't that correct?
yeah, and they never caught a terrorist, not one.
Yeah, and I think they said that the IRS, uh, I think what they say. I think they said half of their people are furloughed right now, allegedly, and so that's gonna hurt them with collections. You know. So I mean, that's I know you're real. You're
I just
real.
want the post office to stay
Take it
open.
back
I
by
think
that.
the post office has to stay open, I think, by law, because like important shit goes through the fucking mail and you can't shut the mail down. Like, period. Like,
Mhm.
if you got a cop car and an ambulance and a fire truck and a mail truck all coming to an intersection at one time, the fucking post office truck gets the fucking right of way over all those other emergency vehicles.
Man, stop.
Swear
Stop.
to God. Nope.
Stop playing.
Nope.
Stop playing, Corey. Don't play with
I'm
me like that.
I'm telling you, that's the law. Because they might be carrying stuff that affects the whole nation.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna leave that in the hands of the USPS worker? I mean, I don't know about that, but hey, it's whatever. Look, here's what I know. I know when USPS is delivering it, I know it ain't gonna show up on time or maybe at all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean,
but you know
that's
what?
what I do know.
Like, in my neighborhood, like, we got a fucking UPS girl who um walks on foot through the neighborhood and delivers the mail.
But
Mm-hmm.
on foot,
Yeah.
this ain't the damn 1600s, man. Over here hoofing it out here. What y'all got going on out there, Corey? She ain't gonna be walking much longer. You get cold as shit out there. That's what I do know. She gonna be ready to hang that up, and I don't blame her for it. But yeah, I think, golly, I can't remember. I don't know if you remember when the last time it was a shutdown for this long. I think somebody was saying like 2018, but I don't remember hearing anything about it at the time. But I was, I'm still a normie at heart for the most part. I mean, I'm just not stupid, but I won't pay attention to shit. Niggas be talking to me about the government. I'd be like, man, whatever, dude. I got to go to work. I ain't got time for this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So so yeah, there's a loud cry to get this spending bill done, which I don't never understand what they're actually doing anyway. Like, I gotta shut it down because we can't agree on how to spend this money that don't exist. Man,
When they
just
want to go to
just
war, they just print out the money. They just print the money to go to war.
that's what I'm saying. But right here is such a big deal. It's like when they talk about the debt ceiling. I'm just like, bro, they're like, oh, they raised the debt ceiling again. Duh. Yeah, they're gonna keep raising it.
So some
It's
motherfuckers are
whatever,
saying that
man.
like they're gonna try to offload the debt into crypto. And
They
I'm like,
would.
yeah, so this is what the people are saying that Trump is trying to do. That he is going to try to basically sell our debt to companies like Coinbase, right? Um, and then Coinbase say they buy $100 billion worth of government debt. Okay, they now own
Mhm.
that government debt. They will then be able to launch $100 billion in stable coins backed by that debt. And then that's $1 billion that goes into the crypto space, right? That's how that would work. But the problem is the whole crypto space is $4 trillion right now, all of it. So people are saying that he's going to basically authorize all of the debt to be offloaded into stable coins, which will then drive the market up to like $40 trillion. And then,
Hmm.
um,
Okay.
right. But there's also an aspect of it to where they're going to devalue it somehow and then it won't exist anymore. Or I don't even know. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. It's all Ponzi anyway. Who was it? The guy who was in about that Big Short movie. The guy who made that movie about that trader who shorted the housing market back in 2008.
Mhm.
He basically said the split second that interest payments on the debt exceed the revenue that comes in to the government. The split second that happens, the government is a 100% full on Ponzi scheme at that point. It will fully meet the definition of a Ponzi scheme. The split second interest payments on the debt exceed revenue. because they'll have zero choice but to print more money to fill that gap.
Hmm.
So here's the thing: more than 50% of the money that you pay in taxes to the government right now doesn't go to pay the debt; it goes to pay interest on the debt. More than 50% of it, over $1.1 trillion per year, and that was as of a year ago. So it's probably about 1.3 trillion, if not more. And they only collect 2.3 trillion in tax revenue. So you're looking at 55% possibly of the money that comes in from taxation goes to pay interest on the debt. It doesn't pay the debt down. It doesn't go to roads and bridges, doesn't go to salaries, doesn't go to fucking nothing. There's no possibility that they're bringing in enough money to run shit at all. It's not even fucking possible. So fuck them.
I mean, I like how they did stuff. There's no way possible they fucking did it, so fuck them. I mean, okay. I mean, I'm just being earnest and frank, right? Earnest and frank. Well, look, we all know that throughout history, you have a monetary system until you don't, and it gets replaced, and you start back over, and then you have that monetary system until you don't, and then it gets replaced, and you start back over. So I mean, it's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying to go back to the buying stuff with my gold nuggets and my silver coins, man. What I'm trying to do.
Kind of expensive to do that these days.
Yeah, I think what's it? They said gold's at $4,000.
Yeah,
It's like,
even
ooh,
silver, like you see a silver's coming up on like $50 or something. Even that's not wieldy. Like you can't use that as money. You just can't. Even if you had
I'll
like,
be
well,
damned.
you're gonna break it up into like $10 silver pieces and go out and spend that. Like I don't think so.
Damn,
You know, it's
damn
not
right.
it's not divisible. Like gold is stupid as money. It might have worked at one time when it didn't have that much fucking value, but today, if you can't be trading in dollars and $5 worth of gold, and it's retarded. Um, and that's going to become a problem with Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin hits that
Uh-huh.
$1 million, that's going to start to become a problem with Bitcoin because
Uh-huh.
Bitcoin at $1 million, that means the smallest divisible amount of a Bitcoin is equal to 1 penny at $1 million. And so once you get less divisible than the dollar, you just kind of fucked yourself on. It's no good for those smaller microtransactions at that point, right? So
Mhm.
that's the problem. If Bitcoin, the higher Bitcoin gets above $1 million, it gets to 10 million, and the fucking Satoshi is worth a dime. That's fucking that's even more unwieldy. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. The more expensive Bitcoin gets. So not that it'll affect, you can still buy stuff, but they're going to be rounding your money up. They'll be rounding you up to the nearest fucking dollar at some point.
Well, we talked about that last week when they talked about getting rid of the penny and rounding up. We asked why not round down. You know, that's always an option, isn't it? Now, ain't near nigga want to round down. I mean, so I
Yeah.
know that ain't near one. I'm like, hold on, round down for me now. I mean, come on. They said, no, I can't do that. I can round up though. I said, I know you can, fucker. I mean, I see you. I see what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to slip some more inflation in your ass. It's like, well, we ain't got pennies no more, so I got to round up. It's like, y'all assholes, man. Y'all assholes. But I mean, something's got to let loose. I guess they said they intend to do a couple more rate cuts this year potentially, but if they're doing it how they did the previous rate cuts, it ain't gonna be shit. That ain't
Bro,
nothing.
and another thing is if inflation isn't stable and it's still going up and you cut rates simultaneously, you're kind of fucking everybody. You're kind of providing short-term relief and you're fucking your dollar even more. It's like quantitative easing. It's like fuck these people. Just get some Bitcoin, man. Just get some Bitcoin, really. Get a couple grand worth of Bitcoin and you'll be good.
It's it, you'll be all right. So we appreciate everybody for being with us tonight. Some good conversations. Some people chimed in, especially when we hit that spirituality, Bible stuff. Some people chimed in. We appreciate everybody for being here. Chime in more. We'll talk about the shit y'all got over here. Of course, make sure you're supporting Corey and everything he does. CoreyHughes.org, BuddyHistory.substack.com, best historian on the internet, bar none. JFK book, A Warning from History. We all know best JFK book ever written. Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white. Chapter 2 coming out soon.
Oh my
Christmas,
god,
maybe
it's a
New
pain
Year.
in the ass. It's like fucking writing it
It's
is
a
like
pain in
trudging through the
the
mud.
ass.
Fucking dude, because there's so much to it. I'm like, motherfucker ain't even out of boot camp, and I'm like on page 30. I mean, it's fucking gonna be long as fuck.
Well, there we go. Just know it's gonna be long as fuck. Make sure you check it out my stuff, xq420.com for everything I do. Day 0, we're coming up on day 206. Make sure you're there on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. And we don't have a UFC event this week, but I think we got one in a couple weeks. I think
Yeah,
it's a fight night this week, Corey. And they actually got Oliveira fighting. He's fighting Gamrot. Somebody stepped up at the last
on a
moment.
fight night.
Yeah, yeah, fight night, and it's in the middle of the day. Yeah, Charles Oliveira versus Matus Gamrot.
Hmm.
So that is your main event. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. The next PvP, I ain't gonna be able to do that shit. That shit starts at fucking 10 in the morning because they're gonna be in Abu Dhabi. I ain't gonna be able to do that shit. It's Abu Dhabi. So you might not see us for the next fight night or the next UFC pay-per-view event. That shit like midday because they're in Abu Dhabi. But that'd be Aspinall versus Gone, which could be a good one.
Oh, I gotta
I'm
watch
picking
that.
I'm picking Cyril Gone to win. The Frenchman. All right, so and the boys at work have been hating on me about that. But I'm like, Gone's good. And so Aspinall hadn't fought Gone yet. Gone's beat everybody else in the division. He's just pretty much lost to Ngannou and John Jones. That's it. So we'll see how that pans out. So we appreciate everybody for being here with us. Boy, XQ420, Powerful and Corey Hughes.